All right, guys, pictures up.
Pictures up.
Pictures up.
Let's roll sound.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Sound speeds.
Camera speeds. 2. Awesome. Take 2. Mark.
Set. And action.
Welcome to the Penn Cinema Podcast, your behind-the-curtain connection for movie news and reviews. Now here are your hosts, Penn Ketchum and David Moulton.
Welcome to the show. I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum. What's up?
My dude.
Did you see me signing along with the intro?
I did. I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't know you were ASL certified.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah. Let's go.
ASL and Spanish are two languages that I know page one. Like,
Welcome to.
right, page one. And I've always wanted to learn, like, I used to be almost fluent in Spanish because I studied it a lot, and then I spent a summer in Mexico. And when I came home from Mexico, I was semi-fluent.
Whoa.
Is that even a thing? Is that like being sort of pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you've been sort of pregnant sometimes.
Right. Shh. I thought that was just between us.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Right. So, but ASL, like, I can sign the alphabet. But, like, have you ever seen, like, do you have any friends that are deaf? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they just, like, it's so fast.
Yeah. You ever hang out with someone long enough that you start to sound like them?
Yes. Happens to me all the time.
You know what's a problem that I'm really conscious of?
What?
Is when I hang out with, because the deaf people I know, it's like a whole family.
Oh, no. Don't tell me you talk like them.
No. But they do, they don't do ASL, they do like a speech to talk thing where they just use one hand.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, they just make shapes next to their mouth while they talk. And if you hang out with them long enough, you just start, because I talk with my hands, I just start talking with my hands near my mouth.
Right.
I'm not saying anything, but it's probably incredibly rude. And,
No.
And like, I'm like, and then I think about what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, don't. You don't know. You don't know what you're doing.
You're not deaf.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at that. If I absolutely talk like whoever I'm hanging out with.
Yeah.
And then, so here's a little story. So Amy and I lived in northern Louisiana. She had a grown-up job. She was doing travel therapy.
And you were down by the bayou.
And I was down by the bayou, and I was doing hard labor. I was doing, like, the kind of labor where you dig ditches and you get your paycheck at the end of the day. So I was working with all these crack addicts and heroin addicts and all these people that needed their cash at the end of the day. And then I found this cushy job answering the telephone at a local hardware store.
Yeah.
And the name of the hardware store was Taylor Rental, right? So I was there for a few days in a row, and Amy called me to tell me something or other. She called me at work, and I answered the phone like this. Taylor Rental, may I help you? And Amy was like, is Penn there? I was like, oh, hi, honey. It's me. I'm sorry, it's me. Never mind. Yeah, so
Wow.
I'm definitely, it's a problem for me. Speaking of problems, Moana 2.
Oh my gosh.
Here's my story. I'm going to let you walk us through the actual story.
Okay.
But I think this is fake news.
I don't.
I think this is what you would call made up. This is what you would call fabricated problems.
I don't.
All right, talk us through it.
Okay. The issue here, maybe they can save
You
it.
sound like the introduction to Judge Judy. The plaintiff.
defendant says-
Right.
The issue is that Moana 2 was not a movie until a few weeks ago.
Right.
It was produced and created as a television show series, like an episodic series.
Yeah.
And not like a 2-hour movie, but like 20-minute increments. And it was voiced by not the original actors. And then they came in and they said, we're going to make this a movie. And then at the point that the trailer went out, The Rock and the girl who plays Moana, who I can't pronounce her name, neither of them were signed on yet to play the main characters.
Okay.
And so now they've got to take the animation that they have and cut things out and rearrange things and make it into a full feature. Now the difference is the animation budget and quality for a show on Disney Plus is way different than the cost of a movie, which I think they were trying to get around when they did it.
Yeah.
So the standard of this movie could be less than what you expect.
Okay.
Now there's some time, but this is it's not like it'd be different if they said this announcement and they said 2025, sometime 2025 this is coming out, right? But what they said is 2024.
Thanksgiving.
Like this year.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Right. Thanksgiving is Moana 2 and Wicked.
Yeah.
It's a great Thanksgiving. Okay, so that's the whole problem?
That's the problem.
I read a different story that articulated a different problem.
Oh.
I still don't really buy your problem. But the problem that I read about was this. Because I Googled Moana 2 controversy. I googled because I saw it in our show notes, and I thought I want to be prepared. Because I'm nothing if not professional.
That's consummately professional.
Right. So I did a little research, and I read this article about the controversy of Moana 2, which was what they said is it takes away from, it invalidates the live-action Moana.
Oh, I haven't heard about this.
So live-action Moana, as I think we already knew, is in the pipes. And so the problem, quote-unquote, that I read is that the Moana 2 is preempting, sort of stepping on the toes of the live action.
No, I don't think that matters.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was saying. And the example that I used is when people badmouth a restaurant and they say, oh, nobody goes there anymore because it's always so crowded.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So nobody's going to like Moana because everybody loves it so much. You know what I mean? So I don't, the story that I read, I don't see as problematic.
No.
You know, if anything, what they'll do is it'll delay the live action Moana a little while to let it breathe. You know, I don't remember when it was scheduled to come out, but if live action Moana was scheduled to come out in summer of 25, for example, maybe they push that to 26 or even 27, depending on how well Moana 2 does. What you're talking about, the reason why I don't buy your problem, even though it's got a big for sale sign on it.
Yeah, it's cheap.
It's discounted and all. But even still,
clearance.
The reason why I'm not buying your problem is because the target audience for Moana doesn't care, doesn't know, and doesn't care. Now you care. Frodo cares.
I don't care. I care film wise, but Frodo cares.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Disney adults
and people who love animation, people who love Boy and the Heron. And people who love good Spider-Man movies. Okay, so you're just gonna you already know you're just gonna not like this film.
No,
and so that's fine.
No,
but it's not a problem. In my opinion, it's not a problem for the movie.
Saying I'm not gonna like it because I never saw the first one, so I don't have any opinion on these movies. I just think that.
Wait, can I forget? Have I admitted that I never saw the first one, or is that still a secret? That's still a secret.
Yeah,
All right,
don't tell.
I won't tell anybody. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You were saying.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Right.
So I don't know about the story. Whatever.
Right.
But I'm talking about the controversy to me is the production value could be lower than normal, and it's also a really backhanded way of getting around the money to make the bigger movie. Because the people who get paid to make television do not get paid the same amount that people get made to make the movies. And with the television, they'll throw the animation across the seas to be made or whatever, cheaply. But they would never do that for a certain higher budget movie.
Do you see this as a sign of weakness from Disney? Is this a desperation to try to get a winner on their slate? I mean, they have Daredevil. That looks like that's gonna be a home run.
Yep. Deadpool.
I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. What did I say? Daredevil. I meant to say Deadpool.
It's okay. But they don't have a win for kids.
That's right.
That's what this is.
They do now. Yeah. So they're in your opinion, they're compromising the production value in order to get on board with the kids.
You could look at this in two ways. One, you could look at it as a big evil corporation decision that's very bad.
Right.
Or you could look at it as damage control.
Yes.
And I think, now that you bring it up, I think this is probably more damage control than it is evil manipulation of money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is manipulating the money in a way that is kind of like, ooh, don't make that a common thing that you do.
Right. Let's not make this the norm.
Right. And it's like that's
Yeah.
a slippery slope that you've just put yourself on.
Sure. I agree with that.
So-
Now, let me throw one more dynamic into this, and this might be naive on my part. We trust Dwayne Johnson. Do we not?
No.
You don't? I do.
Why?
Because he makes good movies. I'm not talking about Oscars. I'm talking about movies that audiences love. And I feel like if he's going to put his name on Moana 2, it's going to be good.
Well, he hasn't yet.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will go a step further and say that if he does not put his name on this, then it's going to be a total train wreck.
Okay. All right. This reminds me of Aladdin 2 and Robin Williams.
Say more.
Do you remember?
No.
Oh, he because of like money stuff, he didn't come back for.
Oh, I never knew that.
He didn't play the genie in the second one, and then they got him back for the third one.
You know, the worst that I ever felt betrayed in a movie theater was when ahead of my New Year's Eve festivities. This is before we had kids, I think.
Whoa.
Amy and I went on a double date with a
Albert Einstein.
with friends of ours. We went down to the Manor Regal
Whoa.
to see the sequel from Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber, great movie, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's so
Yeah.
fun. I
Yeah.
mean, two master comedians, hilarious, so good, right? So we go and we buy tickets, and the theater is packed. And because it's Regal Manor, it was miserable. You remember how awful it was?
Oh my God, so bad.
Because in those days, it's gotten much better. But in those days, it was literally the only multiplex in the county, and they were serving close to 1 million people a year.
Yeah.
So the damage in that building was like profound. The wear and tear is
Yeah.
what I'm referring to. So it was not set up for a positive movie-going experience, which is one of the reasons why, fast forward a couple years, I had the idea that maybe the county should have a second movie theater.
Preposterous.
Right. Crazy as that seemed.
Yeah.
So as you know, because you know where this is going, the sequel to Dumb and Dumber, which was called Dumber and Dumberer, did not feature either of the two guys from the first movie, whose names I'm blanking on, but one was Jim Carrey, right?
Carrey, yeah.
Jim Carrey and that other guy who I don't really like. But Dumb and Dumber was great. The sequel did not include either of them. And at the time, I was not savvy enough. I just saw that it was a sequel to Dumb and Dumber, and I was like, great, 4 tickets, let's go. And we were unhappy with our situation because the movie sucked.
Yeah, it was bad.
And we did not know that. I mean, obviously we could have, but we didn't have internet at the time. We didn't, like, how would I have known?
Right.
You know, I saw the title in the newspaper. There was a show at 7:00, so off we go.
That's the way it used to happen.
And I was the victim. And so I feel like if Dwayne Johnson does not sign on for Moana 2, the only way it's acceptable, in my opinion, for Moana 2 to happen without Dwayne Johnson is for the storyline to take a hard turn without his character.
Right.
But
Right.
they've kind of shown their cards that that's not the route they're going. So
Right.
you better get Dwayne Johnson or else you're going to lose Penn Ketchum.
Oh, you heard it here, folks. Disney, ultimatum set.
Bob Iger is trembling.
I just heard from the Pennsylvania podcast.
Right. Oh my God, you
They're
guys.
taking a hard stance on this one.
Right.
We need to rethink things.
Right.
What's going on here?
Right.
Next thing, Moana 2 pushed out a whole year
Right.
to accommodate Dwayne Johnson.
Pressure from local podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me tell you about Luc Besson. You familiar with Luc Besson?
Well, the guy's got a short name. He doesn't use his whole name.
What is his full name?
I assume it's Lucas
Lucas. Is it Lucas Bessonis?
Bassan, but he, to be super cool,
Yeah.
he goes by Luke.
He's French. He's Luc.
Luc.
He's Luc Besson.
And I heard he only works with people who use portions of their first name.
Yeah, and wear berets.
Right.
Yeah. Well, can you tell me what he's made? Some of his.
Luc Besson.
Yeah.
He made The Professional. Right.
Yeah.
The big assassin movie.
Yeah.
That's the only movie I know of his.
Like Jupiter, not Jupiter Ascending. He made The Fifth Element.
Okay.
Another good one.
I saw that one.
He's also made. What was that one that didn't do so great? Sci-fi with the two.
The Monkeys.
No, it was had Claire Delevingne in it, and the guy who played the Green Goblin, and it was based off of a comic. I want to say Jupiter Ascending, but it's not Jupiter Ascending, but it's a name like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The Professional is what he should just stick with.
he does these big, fantastical, like visually crazy. He did something recently that was like semi-decent. I can't remember what it was though.
Okay.
But anyway, he's taking a shot at Dracula.
Oh.
A romantic version of Dracula, starring Christoph Waltz.
Are you thinking of Anna
Anna? Was that his?
and Lucy and the Valerian?
Valerian was the movie I was thinking of.
Yeah,
the
that was
space
in
one.
2017.
I thought he had a more recent one that was kind of like semi-decent.
Dogman was last year, but I never saw that or heard of it. And Anna was in 2019.
Maybe I'm thinking of something
So
else.
Luke is working with Christoph.
Yeah, they're going to
He found a guy with a half a name.
Exactly.
And what do you mean when you say romantic?
Well, it's from what I understand, it has to do with like Dracula being, Dracula, but then falling for a mortal girl and not wanting to turn her.
Okay.
Sarah.
Even though neither one of us could name the complete category, you named a bunch of his movies.
Mm-hmm.
I named his most famous one. He has a...
I'd argue Fifth Element's probably more famous.
Okay, yeah. You're right. He has a credible track record. I mean, he's well respected. Like we have,
He's
reason,
well respected.
He's
Okay.
well respected. You have reason to think, with a A-lister like Christoph Waltz,
Yeah.
that Dracula is going to be great.
This could be. I'm going to change that.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that it's going to be great. I'm going to say that it'll be interesting.
And by interest,
It might be one of those movies that you watch and you go, that was kind of weird, but it wasn't great. It's like you're not going to be like, you got to go see Dracula, but you're also
Yeah.
going to be like, that Dracula movie was different. Like I'm going to remember that.
Okay. All right. Well, speaking of things you're going to remember, the Fantastic Four cast was announced. Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm, just to name a few off the top of my head.
What do you know about the Fantastic Four?
So much.
Yeah.
Well, Reed Richards plays Mr. Fantastic, becomes Mr. Fantastic. That's like his day job.
And what does Mr. Fantastic do?
Well, he runs around with the Invisible Woman, who's Sue Storm, and her brother, Johnny Storm, who's the Human Torch. And what they do is they all fight Ben Grimm, who turns into the Thing at night. He's made out of stone.
Well,
He's got big giant boulders for his fists.
My question is, because this is Marvel's first family, aka one of the oldest superhero teams ever.
You know what I think about when I think about the Fantastic Four? I think about that scene in Deadpool when he goes to the mansion and he says, "How come there's nobody here?" It's almost like they couldn't afford all the Marvel characters.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Do you know what any of their powers are?
Yeah, absolutely. Mr.
Okay.
Fantastic is like a politician. He's just so fantastic. And the Invisible Woman is invisible, and the Human Torch is on fire.
Okay.
And the Thing is a pile of boulders that like cracks people in the head with his rock arms.
Well, he is Rocky. I'll
Yeah.
give you that. You don't know what Mr. Fantastic does?
No, I don't.
He's stretchy.
Oh, he's like the Gumby guy.
rubby guy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, what does that do for him? And how do you get fantastic out of that? Why don't they call him Mr. Stretchy?
I don't know.
Okay, so are Johnny and Sue brothers?
Yes.
Or is that, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, brother and sister.
Yeah. So Johnny and Sue are brothers. Sue is Reed Richards' girlfriend or wife, depending on
okay.
when they do it. And Ben Grimm is Reed's best friend, who's more brawn than brains.
So they're not fighting the Thing. They're fighting with the Thing.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they are the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
I was just kidding earlier when I made reference to him being the
and
bad
their
guy.
main bad guy is usually Dr. Doom.
Ugh, that's the worst.
And another interesting thing, Marvel made this weird announcement this week. They said, hey, Penn, Henry Cavill is not playing Dr. Doom, okay? But he was approached for another role and accepted.
I don't like Henry Cavill. We've talked about this before.
No, but Penn.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I know that you didn't. No one ever said he was playing
Right.
Dr. Doom, but he's not playing Dr. Doom. But he is going to play something else.
Yeah. That's like an old political trick.
Yeah.
Releasing a press release denying reports. So your opponent, invested in these shady condominiums. So you release a report denying that you ever had any involvement in these condominiums.
Right.
Which nobody had ever asked you about before.
Nobody wanted to know
but now that
anything about
you've issued the denial, everybody wants to know what are you talking about. Yeah. So who is playing Dr. Doom? I think,
There's talks that Javier Bardem might play Galactus.
oh, that would be great.
So this is just exciting because they announced it like during the Super Bowl on a poster, a really weird Valentine poster, and everyone was like, "Wait, what? Wow!"
Well, shall we go over the cast?
Hit me.
Reed Richards, Pedro Pascal,
Love it.
The Invisible Woman, Vanessa Kirby, love it. Human Torch, aka Johnny Storm, Joseph Quinn. I don't know Joseph Quinn.
He's from a show called Beef.
Oh yeah, I know.
No.
Oh.
Joseph Quinn is from the latest season of Stranger Things. Eddie, the guy with the guitar. Remember?
Yep, I do.
He's going to be good.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
And Eben Moss Bacharach
He's the guy who's from Beef. I don't know
from
him.
The Thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's exciting. And when do we think this movie comes out?
Next year.
And who's directing it?
I don't know.
So are you telling me that I should be expecting Fantastic Four?
The information that you just asked me is out there. I just don't know it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a different question. I already moved past.
Well, for other people listening
Okay.
who listen to the Penn Cinema podcast for complete and accurate information.
Why you would do that is beyond either of us.
Wrong choice.
Right.
But just know we don't have the answer.
Right. As per you.
It exists.
Right.
It is just not here.
Right. But here's a question that I think you can help us with, David. Are you telling me and all of our listeners that the Fantastic Four, starring these aforementioned people, see how I did that? Aforementioned,
You
but
did it.
in my mind I spelled it instead of AFORE, AFOUR, the aforementioned. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that's some high end shit right there.
You're blowing my mind.
Yeah,
over
that's
here.
it. That's
Yeah,
some
yeah.
mental gymnastics right
Yeah.
there. All right, are you telling me that this new movie, the Fantastic Four movie, starring the aforementioned A-listers, is sort of the next big Marvel movie that it's not that we know that it's not the next big Marvel movie, but are you saying it's the next? It's sort of the first Marvel movie that we can reset our expectations and expect greatness.
Yes, and I'm also saying that there is so much pressure on this movie
Yeah.
that it's like they cannot do a bad job with this.
Right.
Because there have been 2 other Fantastic Four movies, 3 total, but 2 series, and both of them are horrendous and like looked at as like some of the lowest parts of
The Marvel
like
universe.
not Marvel, but superhero. Like early superhero movies weren't great, and these were looked at like some of the worst
Yeah.
at the beginning. And
Where does Deadpool fit into all this?
what do you mean?
The character.
Well, we
Are
can
they
get in-
are they all in the same universe, or we'll wait till we talked about the trailer?
We'll wait till we talk
Okay.
about the trailer. Yeah.
Okay. I also
So
I had a comment. I was just going to ask you. Silver Surfer is part of the Fantastic Four deal.
correct.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
You've seen the one in our hallway. Yeah.
Yeah. So you remember,
I do.
obviously, and that was not a very good movie. It's not regarded as a good movie,
But
even though it looked cool.
But back then,
Yeah.
I didn't know you.
Right.
So I didn't know any
So
better.
you didn't know that it wasn't good. That statue is hella cool, though.
I didn't know anything.
You don't ever get rid of that.
No, I would never.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who have never had the privilege of being in the booth, we have a Silver Surfer, a full life-size statue, for lack of a better word. It's made out of, I don't know, some kind of plastic.
It was a prop for the Rise of the Silver Surfer movie. movie.
Yeah.
If they do another Fantastic Four, and it looks to be as big as we all hope it is,
Yeah.
would you bring that down to the lobby?
Absolutely, I would.
Even if he's not, I would say even if he's not in the movie,
yes.
it's such a Fantastic Four
Yeah.
thing. I
Yeah.
would say put it in the center,
Yeah.
put some ropes around it, blow some people's minds.
Speaking of the booth,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we'll get back to the news in a minute. But speaking of the booth, last week we had some behind the scenes footage shot. One of my favorites was up here shooting social media, and she did a little like video that I think went on TikTok and was on Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
And a lot of people told me they saw it and thought it was really cool, and so. But what my favorite comment of all time was we had this kid that works for us, and I bumped into him, and he says, "Hey Penn, I saw that video that Peyton shot upstairs of you and David." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I never even knew you had a cool hideout upstairs."
Did you tell him you have a slide to get down?
A lesser person would call it an office.
No, it's a hideout.
It's a hideout.
It's definitely.
Yeah. I think it's the most apt description of this office that has ever been made.
Yeah, you go in the closet.
Right.
You pull the one book.
Right. You press-
and the whole floor goes.
You press the wrong note on the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So we're up here in the hideout recording another episode.
I love that.
All right. So Fantastic Four, we are going to be hyping this up probably for another couple years till this comes out. This is exciting. Roadhouse controversy.
Let's talk Roadhouse controversy.
Let's, please.
Now I know this is something you like whatevered me about when I talked about it before. Because you were like,
Wait, could you be more specific?
so the controversy was they made this Roadhouse movie.
No, I remember, but I just was making fun of how many times I whatever.
And you're like, why are we talking about TV?
Right.
Because the director made this big hoo-ha about how it should go to theaters and
Right.
that's where it's supposed to be.
Right.
Well, apparently, sources told Variety that Amazon Studios presented Doug Liman and Jake Gyllenhaal, that's the director and the lead, with a choice. Make Roadhouse with a $60 million budget for a theatrical release or get $85 million to do whatever they want for budget or bonuses or whatever and exclusively release on streaming. They all took the money, said one source. And then I went on to read how even though everyone signed the contract, we'll take more money to go to streaming, then they came back and the director and the producer from the beginning argued so hard that this should be theatrical, even though they signed that contract, that the producer got fired.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
Because that's a shallow, like Jake Gyllenhaal and Doug Liman are dead to me now. Like that is so like shallow, commercial, like it's everything that's wrong with the art of making movies.
They thought that they could be good enough to break the contract.
Yeah.
Like we'll make it so spectacular,
Right.
they'll have no choice but to break
Right.
the contract.
Because we're so special.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess the thing that annoys me is both of these guys are already ridiculously rich.
Yeah.
So it's a $25 million difference, which supposedly, or you would assume that the $25 million is being cut up among however many people.
Right.
But it's not like each of them is getting an extra $25 million.
No, but they're probably taking multiple number of millions.
Yeah, maybe let's say they're each
Two,
taking $5 million. home.
5, yeah.
Maybe Jake Gyllenhaal's taking an extra $10 million. I don't know what the number is, but whatever the number is, he's compromised his authenticity for an amount of money that he does not need.
Right.
Like I would compromise my artistic integrity is the word I was looking for.
Right.
I would compromise my artistic integrity for $5 million
Today.
and nobody would blame me.
Right.
Because I don't have $5 million. I
some of
don't
these
have
guys have more
$1
money
million
than they can spend.
That's exactly my point. You're going to compromise your integrity for what?
Right.
A $5 million bonus when you're already worth however much?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's it's dumb. It shows me that you're an idiot. If I could speak freely.
Wow.
What does it show you, David? And answer correctly. Because I already got 2 people today that are dead to me. I'm looking for a third.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I don't know if it necessarily tells me that Jake Gyllenhaal is dead to me, because I don't know how much of a creative force he was on this. But the director
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because he signed the deal and then you don't hear, none of this article is about Jake Gyllenhaal arguing that it should go to theaters. I feel like he saw an opportunity to make money.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll make more money if it goes to streaming, whatever. I'm making money. I'll act in this TV show. And then he just signed the contract.
Do you know any movies that he's made?
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Doug Liman?
No, I don't.
I mean, he's got a pretty impressive resume, which is kind of disappointing to me, but he made movies like Swingers, Born Identity, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which is one of my favorite underrated movies, The Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise. And then it looks like he's been on the Schneid since then.
He thought he could be so good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, good for the studio for holding their ground.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And now I can't wait to go home and not watch this movie. There's 0% chance. Dave, don't you remember I turned over a new leaf?
Yeah, it's a new leaf, different forest. I got it.
I'm all grown up now. The Mystery Gobble sent me a private communication. I didn't include it in the show notes, but he sent me a private text, something along the lines. Yeah. He didn't
encoded.
He didn't include any cinematic effects with it, but he did use all caps headline. He wrote headline in all caps. Episode 248, Penn gets his big boy panties. I think that's how most of the journalists covered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that in the paper too.
Right.
I was like, oh, we made a headline again.
In Variety.
Yeah.
How bad do you want to take out an ad in Variety?
Dude, so bad.
I wonder how much that costs. What if we took out an ad?
I just like somewhere completely irrelevant.
Right.
Like the one time that we advertise.
Right.
It'd be like it would be like the Matrix. Would be just like, what is the Matrix?
Right. Oh my
Full
God.
page.
Yes. Okay. All right. So the Roadhouse sucks. Nobody watch it.
Why don't you give me this glorious news?
So the last thing we have on the news, I'm actually a little more familiar with because, as everybody knows, David is not only our resident Dune expert, but also a legit national treasure.
That's true.
A nationally recognized Dune expert, friends with the Herberts.
I mean, Facebook friends.
Facebook friends.
with people in the Herbert family. Yeah,
You've met them?
No, I have.
Yeah. I mean, it's no exaggeration to say that you are a legitimate Dune expert.
I would consider myself a Dune expert, yes.
Okay. So, including someone who actually read the entire book.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I've read the full book.
Right. I mean, not to brag.
No big deal. Someone else in this room has not.
Right. No. But definitely I've read pages.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Of course. And probably the best pages.
Some might even say the earliest stuff.
Anyway, the following headline comes to you from me because David is, as I know he does this with movies that he's excited about. As the movie gets closer, David reads less and less about them so that he can go see the movie and really take it in with his own fresh eyes.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I read more of these articles than David did, which is why I'm the one unusually reporting on this Dune news. Dune premiered, where was that? London, right?
Yeah, I think London.
For some reason. Dune Part 2 premiered in London. The reviews are off the charts. The reviews are using words like masterpiece and all time. And one review that I read said it is, quote, the definitive sci-fi epic of our generation.
It's almost like it's a good story.
It's almost like storytelling matters.
Yeah. It's almost like I knew Dune was great all along.
So you were right.
Who knew?
You were right.
Who knew?
And unlike our friends that made Roadhouse, these guys are committed to good storytelling, proper budget, et cetera, et cetera. Now, one last review until I do have a question for you. But the last review that I wanted to report was from Steve Weintraub from Collider. Collider's a legit, for those of you that are not familiar with it, a very legitimate mainstream website. My only complaint was I wish it was longer. No joke. The movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I would have been happy to watch another hour.
And here's the thing. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
But the first movie was not half the book.
Right.
It was only like less than a third.
Right.
Typically, when you split Dune in two, which I believe when you read it, it even has like a book one, book two. Typically, you split it to once Paul gets his powers, and like that's a great place because that's when everything changes.
Didn't that happen towards the end of the movie?
No,
He used his special voice to free him and his mom from that airplane.
but he has That's not his.
That's not the real.
That's not the.
That's not the heavy.
He hasn't taken the water of life.
Okay.
And become like the full Quizzicatarach.
Okay.
Which is where he can see the future.
So that was just the
past.
beginning of his powers, just a taste.
Because his mom was training him in the voice from birth.
Right. She told him to use a different tone.
Right. This is like once he gets his powers, like it's a whole different level of Paul.
Okay.
Where he's way more powerful, and that's where he becomes the Messiah, basically.
Okay. Now, one question that I did want to ask you is a lot of the headlines made comment confirming, now that she was at the premiere, confirming that Anya Taylor-Joy is, in fact, in the movie, which was semi-secret.
Right.
But I think David made the comment he read the writing on the walls.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, right? Now, what comes with this article news, almost everyone, Anya Taylor-Joy set to play a character might be the biggest change from the books.
Oh.
That's what I keep hearing. But to me, as soon as they said Anya Taylor-Joy is in it, and then you saw the way she was dressed at the premiere, right? She's obviously Alia, Paul's sister.
Right.
And I think they're aging her up quicker. They're going to age her quicker for the movie, which I'm fine with. Like, I think they're going to miss out a little bit on the fact of the creepiness of Alia. Now, you've seen the Lynch version, right?
No, I never did.
Never did.
Although
Good.
we're currently playing it in Penn Cinema right now.
Don't ever watch it. It's one of the worst movies ever.
I know. I know that from you. I'm not trying to act like I know it all. I'm just saying I've learned that from you before.
So Alia is preborn.
Okay.
Which means that in the womb she gains full adult consciousness, and but then it has to like be born as a child that can speak. So the whole thing about Alia is that she's this young girl who speaks and acts like an adult.
Oh.
And she's kind of creepy. She's basically like a reverend mother, which is what Lady Jessica becomes, with this like basically like the highest level priestess, but she's a little kid.
Yeah.
And people don't understand why she's so like she seems off and cruel, and she doesn't act like a child.
Yeah.
And so it's supposed to be really off-putting, but I'm pretty sure they'll just be like, oh, she aged quickly, because in the book Dune, there's like, from where we saw it, he gains his powers, and then there's like years go by before the end of the book, where they're just in the desert, and he has like a child, and it gets killed, and it's like, I don't know if they'll even do that, but it's like years go by in the desert with him and Chaney becoming like a couple and being married.
Chaney is Zendaya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so by the time the end of the book happens, Alia is 4 or 5 and walking around but acting like a full-grown adult and like creeping the crap out of everybody. Yeah. So I think they just aged her up a little bit and also Anya Taylor-Joy is obviously beautiful, but she's also has this look that she can very easily do creepy.
Right.
Like with the bone structure of her face.
Yep.
So I would wager hard money that she's Alia.
We loved her in The Menu, Amsterdam, Last Night in Soho.
Oh yeah.
Even Emma.
Last Night in Soho when she like was full on evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she can, because Alia's got a story, and I think one of the reasons that they keep it quiet because Alia will play a much bigger role in Dune Messiah and going forward if they do Children of Dune.
And Anya Taylor-Joy was also in Split.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's the first time I've ever seen her.
Yeah. Anyway, so the reviews for Dune are insane.
Yeah.
David's not the least bit surprised.
I'm really happy. It's one of those things where it's fun to see the thing you've loved. I've been in love with Dune since I was 18, 17. So most of my life.
Yeah.
been raving about it. People are just like, "What's this?" And now everyone's like, "Oh, cool." The hard part is the people who are like think they know about Dune and not being a dick and being like, actually, it's very difficult not to be that person.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
If they ever make a proper Grateful Dead movie, I'll have to take notes from you on how to restrain myself.
Actually, the Grateful Dead concert went for 3 hours and 7 minutes, not 3 hours and 4.
Get your facts straight.
Yeah.
Okay, well, David, that's all the news.
That's all the news that is fit to print. Oh, whoa.
I did like a Jon Stewart there.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Watch his monologue for being back.
Yeah.
It's great.
He's good. Although I felt a little betrayed, a little misled. Not betrayed. That's too dramatic. I felt I felt a little misled. He's only back Monday nights.
Yeah.
This whole big thing. John's back. He's back. Blah blah blah.
I don't know if you heard the advertisements. So they said Jon Stewart is back for Mondays.
Oh, I must have missed those ads.
Yeah. You ready for some trailers?
Oh my God, we got a slew.
The movie bowl happened last weekend.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later. Trailer Master Jason. It's interesting because he sent in a very detailed email with all kinds of information and notes on it. When David did the show notes,
I was just going to pull it up on my phone.
He chose not to include the details.
No, but I was just going to, because last week I just pulled it up on my phone.
I included the details.
Because some people,
I didn't want to miss.
Some people I know are like, can we get our show notes on one page?
I didn't want to miss the part.
We get our show notes on one page?
I didn't want to miss the part where Jason said Penn was right. But I don't want to spoil it. We'll get to it later.
Okay.
We'll get to it later.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start off with the obvious one, and arguably my trailer of the week.
All right, this is my trailer of the week. I liked a lot of these trailers.
Yeah, but it's hard to go against.
There was one trailer in particular that was fucking awful. Excuse my language, but there's no other way to describe it.
Gasp.
But the trailer of the week was amazing, and I'm talking about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, which, we didn't know it was going to be Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool 3.
Right.
We knew Wolverine was going to be in it, but obviously it's going to be a big part. What I love about this is its tie-in with the TVA and like the greater Marvel stuff right away.
Right. Breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah. Now, apparently since this came out, there's been some ups and downs about things in it. Apparently Ryan Reynolds wanted to make fun of Disney more.
Even more.
And they wouldn't let him.
Okay.
And he's like, he's not doing certain, he's not appearing on any Disney-owned talk shows. Just to promote the show, because he wanted to make the promotional campaign with jokes against Disney, and they said no.
That's so weird, because there's a couple little jabs that are hilarious.
But apparently they didn't want that to be like the whole marketing campaign.
That's short-sighted.
Whatever. But I love that the TVA is in it.
Yep.
We know where the TVA stands after Loki season 2.
Yep.
I love the fact that, that makes a lot of sense for him to become a variant, that then it sounds like if he does these things for him, they'll put him in the main Marvel universe as a reward. Right. And I love that idea of that's how they're going to merge them.
Right.
And I don't know if you caught this in the trailer. When they're fighting, at the end of the trailer, they're fighting on top of the 20th Century Fox.
I did catch that.
Logo being all busted up.
I did catch that.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. Clever.
So, anyway, this looks
So this is my trailer of the week, not yours.
No, it's mine.
Oh, it is? Okay. I thought you said maybe.
No, arguably, there's a lot of good ones, but that was it.
Another good one is trailer number 2, which is Twisters. This movie's going to get beat up for, like, it's not original, it's not new ground, it looks a lot like the first one, that complaint. But I'm going to reply the way I often do, which is like, the first one was great. Why do we need to reinvent it? Let's just have more of that.
Right.
And I'm here for it. I think the cast looks strong, characters look strong. There's obviously like a bunch of subplots, and there's going to be all kinds of crazy, insane tornadoes. Sign me up.
I'm the same. I looked at this. I was kind of middle of the road. I was like, I don't really know if I care about this. But I was like, the trailer is good. And I was like, but how does it tie in? And they're like, you know what? I don't care.
Who cares?
Like,
Nobody cares.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Just like, it's going to be dumb.
Right.
Let's just watch it.
Yeah. It looks well made. It doesn't need to tie in. Don't use words like canon.
Yeah.
There's no canon. It's just a
It's
movie
just
about tornadoes
twisters,
and pickup
yeah.
trucks. And yeah.
Another great looking movie, Kingdom of the Apes trailer 2. A lot more of the story going on. This looks fabulous.
This looks intense.
Yeah.
This could have been my trailer of the week.
Yeah. All right, awesome. It could have easily been my trailer of the week.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. We've got a lot to go through here, so there's not much more to go into there. But Wicked. What do you know about Wicked?
The musical. I mean, I know about it from Broadway, and Caleb plays the soundtrack a lot.
When you watch this trailer, what do you think about this movie?
I mean, this is.
I've got two distinct things I'm looking for here.
Okay, well, I'm probably not going to do well, but what the comment that I would like to make instead of answering your question is this movie has two audiences it needs to advertise to. It needs to advertise to the people who love the Broadway show, and then it needs to advertise to the people who have never heard of the Broadway show. And I feel like this trailer kind of did a good job with both. What are you driving at, David?
Well, interestingly, this is along the fashion of Wonka and Mean Girls.
Oh, so you're saying they're downplaying the fact that it's a musical?
It's a musical, and they're not advertising
Yeah.
it as a musical. The other thing is, it's a part one. They've split the movie into two.
Oh, I did not know that. Where did you pick that up?
You can read about it. It's not in the trailer at all.
Okay.
But
So they're counting on it doing well enough to get a sequel.
It's not the full story. It's not like it's like Dune.
Yeah.
It's only half of it.
Yeah.
And so I don't know where they'll stop.
Would you agree that from the looks of it, it looks to be strong enough and it's getting a Thanksgiving release, like it'll have no problem qualifying for a sequel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it continues to look as good as it does.
Yeah. Which, why wouldn't it? Come on.
I don't know. Maybe the songs are bad.
Speaking of bad,
You don't think this looks like a masterpiece?
the worst trailer I've watched until I watched the next trailer is called Cinderella's Revenge.
Yeah. Imagine Cinderella was Cinderella, but then after the ball, the fairy godmother was like, yo, your family's kind of a bunch of dicks. What if I gave you this creepy mask that made you a super powerful killer, and you just offed them?
All right, here's the deal. I don't know how to approach the beginning of. There's no scenario where I'm watching this movie, but I did watch the trailer, and I was. And listen, at the beginning of the trailer, I was giving the movie the benefit of the doubt, and the direction I thought they were going was like the Cinderella story, because we all know the story of Cinderella and how awful her stepsisters are, and her stepmother, and so now she has a fairy godmother, and what I thought was that Cinderella was going to go and like kick some ass, which is partially true. Where this trailer went off the tracks and actually lost me was when they introduced some cosmic mask that gives her superpowers. Like, I could have tolerated this movie and given it a D- instead of an F. I could have tolerated it if it was just a revenge movie and then Cinderella just, because she's so good. I mean, she sings with the birds, she gets the mice to make her dress.
It would have made more sense after she became queen. And she used her powers to torture them or whatever.
Right.
But instead,
now there's a mask.
She gets like a skull mask.
No. This is the worst trailer we've watched in a long time.
It's pretty bad.
I remember a number of months ago, at some point, it was within a year, you and I watched a trailer and we debated, was this the worst trailer we had ever seen?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Like vaguely?
I don't remember what the trailer was.
No, I don't remember the movie either. But I'm saying this trailer here, Cinderella's Revenge, could compete for the worst trailer I've ever seen.
Now, maybe one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Until David put Sasquatch Sunset on the list.
Yeah.
Talk us through this train wreck.
This movie premiered at Sundance, or Venice. One of the big ones.
Okay.
And people walked out because it was so gross. Apparently, it's a bunch of actors, a couple actors that we would know, a couple actors we wouldn't.
Jesse Eisenberg is the most famous.
Yeah, dressed as Sasquatches, and the movie just follows them in the woods, being a Sasquatch family. I don't think there's any talking in the movie. They beat on trees, they beat on each other, they procreate. That's the end of the story.
I watched this trailer because, as we've alluded to previously, I'm nothing if not professional.
Consummate professional.
Consummate professional. So I did my duty. I watched the entire trailer.
And then this took a duty.
And I was left with only one thought that I could not escape. My thought was, I want my 2 minutes back. I could have stood in a corner and done nothing, and that would have been a better contribution to my life's work than the 2 minutes I spent watching this garbage.
I looked at, because I knew it was going to be bad, because I had read about it before, right?
Okay.
And then I was like, oh man, hopefully it's just going to streaming. But then they're like, theatrical release, and I was like, oh.
Can't wait.
Got to put it on the list.
Can't wait. Another one that looks not good, but at least we're now Cinderella's Revenge and Sasquatch Sunset are two like horrible movies that will never see the light of day.
Right.
Now this movie Prey looks like a good normal mainstream movie that's just not good.
Right.
Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the movie is called Prey. It stars Emile Hirsch, and it's basically the old thing of like, you know, plane crashes in the desert, not the desert, the jungle,
Sahara.
the Africa. I don't even know. I've been there and I don't remember what they call it, but
Well, they're in the middle of a hunting area.
yeah, a preserve.
A preserve, yeah.
Yeah. So now they get hunted by the wild animals and the poachers and the bad tribesmen.
Right. When I guarantee you I know how this goes.
Talk to me.
Right? They crash.
Right.
They get attacked by the lions.
Right.
Right? They make lion enemies. And then they're like, oh, we're running from the lions. And then they get taken up by the tribe/poachers.
Yeah.
And they get kidnapped. But then because of the previous attack from the lions attack the poachers.
Oh.
And that's how they get out.
Jackpot. That's all I ever need to hear about this movie.
Yeah.
Now, back on the topic of good movies, Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire.
Yeah. Good's a strong word, but movies that people will see.
I thought it looked good. No good? I like it. I like this premise. I like the premise. Can I tell my King Kong joke?
Yeah.
Or do we have time? We good?
Let's
All right.
go.
This guy's sitting in the movie theater about to watch King Kong versus Godzilla.
Uh-huh.
Other guy walks in, says, hey, I bet you $20 Godzilla wins. The guy says, I'll take that bet all day long. $20, Godzilla wins. Watch a movie, Godzilla wins. And the guy says, hands him his money. And he goes, you know what? I can't take your money. I have to admit, I've already seen this movie. I knew Godzilla was going to win. And the guy goes, well, I'll take my money anyway. I've already seen the movie too. I just didn't think he could do it again.
Oh, that's great.
One of my favorite King Kong Godzilla jokes. I don't know. You're not.
It looks fine.
You're not cool on this.
It's hard to beat -1, man.
Okay, fair enough.
The last one wasn't so great.
Fair enough.
Godzilla vs. Kong.
I'm not asking for this to be great. I'm just saying I think this looks like fun. I like
it
like the idea. It you know, in the buddy cop movies,
Yeah.
when you know the two cops don't want to work together because the one's uptight and the other one's like loosey goosey,
Yeah.
doesn't play by the rules. You know,
Which one is which?
I don't know which one's which, but I want to see his movie and find out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is a buddy cop movie with Godzilla and King Kong as the two cops.
Fighting another ape.
They have to team up against Scarface, the bad cop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the bad ape.
I dig it.
I dig it. I mean, I'm not saying that this is going to make any of our top 10
No,
lists.
I'm into it. Like, there's no way that I was not going to see this movie.
Right. All right.
Yeah. Next, we have a movie called French Girl.
I
Which
feel like I just talked you into liking that movie.
you did kind of.
That's pretty rare. It's pretty unusual.
Well, I want to talk you into this movie here.
Yeah, I'm on board.
I'm actually like fully into this movie.
Okay, talk us through it.
It's called French Girl and it's Zach Braff, and I've got a soft spot for like Zach Braff comedy movies.
Okay.
I like them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I mean, I don't love him.
How is anybody going to dislike Zach Braff?
People do.
Yeah. Why?
It's been a long time, so maybe
Because they're insecure. Not like us.
they're not in touch with their emotional
That's
side.
what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
You know how it is.
Right.
Hey, ladies.
They don't have the EQ that you and I have.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
So the idea here is Zach Braff falls in love with this girl.
Yeah.
And he's like, boom, she's the bomb. And then she's like, yo, Zach Braff, I just got a really great job in Quebec.
Oh, Quebec. I thought it was Paris, but okay, Quebec.
I'm pretty sure it's Quebec.
I think you're right now that you say it.
And he's like, oh, that's really north. And they're like, well, I'm going to go. It's
off we
an
go.
opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah,
He's
love of my life.
I'm going to follow you.
Love wins.
And her family, it's in her hometown. He meets her family, who instantly hates him. And then this friend
That's always good.
This friend of the family comes in who's super perfect.
And super hot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be this thing where she goes after Zach Braff.
Right.
Turns out she's his girl's ex.
Yeah.
And now there's like, he's worried about matching up and like something going on and trying to prove himself to the family and not giving up and letting things roll over because it's clear friend wants girlfriend back.
So, how are you going to watch this movie?
I'm going to see it online since apparently it's not coming here.
Well, it's definitely not coming here. I don't think it's coming anywhere. It says in select theaters March 15th and available for purchase March 19th.
Oof.
4-day window.
Oof.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
No, it's fine. I agree with you. I will like this.
I'll watch it if I see it on something that I have.
Yeah. This is a movie, like sometimes AB and I are like, oh, let's watch a movie. And then we can never, it's always like hard to find one because I've seen most of the ones and, you know, whatever. I'm gonna try to remember this movie because it'd be a fun movie to watch. Nobody's saying it's the greatest movie of all time, but it looks like it's gonna be a good movie.
Right.
Like a fun, would you call it a romantic comedy?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Last one we have here is for a movie called Sting, about a girl who finds a black widow spider in her new house.
Like a little one.
Little one.
Yeah.
But as she feeds it, it keeps growing and growing until it starts eating people and animals and all sorts of things.
Feed me, Seymour.
Yeah. And it has this whistle that she taught it. And so it just always does this whistle back. And then the girl's like, even though all these adults are dead,
Yeah.
I did this, so I've got to kill it.
Have you ever seen Little Shop of Horrors?
Yeah.
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 Feed me, Seymour, feed.
This is Little Shop of Horrors with a spider instead of a plant.
Giant spider. Yeah, basically it is.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
exactly the same plot.
Yeah.
It does not look especially good. It comes to theaters from a studio nobody's ever heard of on April 12th.
Cool.
Good luck finding it.
Yeah. Exactly. All right.
Oh, wait. I got a report.
Oh.
I came through for a studio, much like the studio behind Sting.
Yeah.
And we are currently, as we speak, playing 2 shows a day, a prime matinee and a prime evening show of a movie called The Private Eye from a studio nobody's ever heard of. They are self-distributing this movie. And as we speak, there are 2 people in watching it.
For the whole weekend, right?
Right.
Because I remember I was here on Friday and Goonies Jason was like, nobody's bought any tickets for this the entire weekend.
Yeah. No, we are now on the board.
With 2.
Yeah. We have a $34 gross.
You think they're like celebrating? Cracking their champagne? We got 2!
What I'm hoping is first of all, I hope they're not listening to the podcast. Second of all,
Possible.
what I hope is that somehow because we're the only theater in Pennsylvania that's showing it.
Wow.
It's actually playing in 55 theaters across the country, including a bunch of Regals and AMCs, which is kind of why I agreed to book it. What I'm hoping is that this is one of those scenarios where they don't really care what the gross is, but somehow it serves them to be able to check the box and say it's playing in Pennsylvania. You know how sometimes there's like those other agendas, like it's not really about making money. It's just about saying that we played this theater in 38 states and you know what I mean? Like there's some other value
Right.
to being played here. But anyway, I made that wisecrack about Sting. Good luck finding a place to watch it. Well, that's what we're playing right now is Private Eye, which somehow the trailer slipped past you and me.
That's what I was like,
Yeah.
how did someone get past us?
Yeah. All right, well, those are our trailers.
You ready to move on to our...
I am born ready. I'm so psyched to talk about this.
And I know you saw it. I heard.
What'd you hear?
I heard that
Why
were
don't
in
you
the
walk
theater.
us through what Penn said?
Well, what I heard is that people were like, man, he must have really been to it. He hasn't left the theater. And then you were spied coming out of the bathroom. Like, okay. All right. He did walk out for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Then I heard you said this is horrible.
Horrible's a strong word. Accurate, but strong. That's a good one, right?
I like it.
Yeah. The timing on that was the timing on that is what made it great.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think of Madam Web?
Not much.
Yeah. You make it through the whole thing?
I did. I watched the entire thing, and I mean, I don't know who was tracking my movements, but I just left once.
It's like a Santa tracker.
Yeah, I just went once real quick to refill my coffee and use the restroom, but it wasn't like I was lollygagging around. Like I just ran out and ran right back. I don't know where to start on this. Here's what I will just sort of like summarize my thoughts. I felt like this was a poorly written movie that was produced with a big budget. You know what I mean? It's like people who had never made a movie before and didn't know how to write a script were given, $80 million to make a movie and an A-lister. I mean, I love Dakota Johnson. She's a talented actress and she's terrific and she's easily the best part of this movie. But the dialogue is so bad, the writing is so bad, and there's so many here's a part, like, are you familiar with the editing trick that some directors do where they film a scene from behind the star?
They use ADR.
I don't know what ADR is.
It's so the big thing about this is the ADR, which is that's when they record the audio after the film.
Yes.
And put it in.
Yes. And I never knew it was called ADR, but I know that that's like a little editing trick that every director in the world uses. But the good directors, the good filmmakers, you're never aware of it. Right. You don't notice it.
It all sounds the same, but there's a distinct. It's like somebody recorded it at home.
It was just so obvious.
And sometimes you even see their face moving, and it doesn't match.
It was just obvious.
Apparently,
the most generous thing I can say about this movie is that at the end of the movie, if you told me that there was another movie starring those four girls, or the three girls and Dakota Johnson, I would be excited for it because I feel like now we have four characters who we know who they are, and I would be interested to see what happens with their superpowers. By the end of the movie, I was invested in those four characters. I did not like anything about the movie, but by the end of the movie, I'm on board with those four characters, assuming there's an entirely different production team makes the movie. Different director, different writer, different cinematographer. Everybody needs to be gone except for the four actresses. Yeah. And then if you get an actual competent team to make the sequel, I'm on board for the sequel.
I'm right there. I'm honestly going to say, people were saying this is worse than Morbius. I will say it is worse production-wise, but I would much rather watch this movie than Morbius. I think it's a better movie, but it's not made as well as Morbius.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Was made.
I would agree with that.
Morbius felt insulting. This feels like, what were they doing? Yeah. Like, it's like there's a lot of questions, more questions at this one. Like, why? What was the choice behind doing it that way? And I think this story might have made more sense as a prequel if we had already knew who the characters were, one or two. But at the end of the movie, I was like, when the reveal of like them as a team, I was like, I would watch that movie.
Yeah, me too. If somebody else made it.
Yeah. If they did like a good job at it. Right. And there was a part of me that was like, man, they just screwed up royally. Because my big thing about Spider-Man, the Spum movies, Spider-Man, Sony Pictures, Universal, Marvel movies, is they're all Spider-Man characters without Spider-Man. But they try and stay somewhat faithful to the story without Spider-Man, which doesn't, like, Venom doesn't make sense because he's a foil for Spider-Man. But what is he a foil of if Spider-Man doesn't exist? You know, some of the characters' motivations, like Morbius, Craven, like whatever, like what's the point? But if you want to stretch things to a believable point for me, make this team of Spider-Women that have nothing else to do with Spider-Man. And I'm fine. Like at least you have a spider character to take the place of Spider-Man. And our costume designs were cool. They were very distinctly different. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like I don't know. I know how they all get their powers otherwise, but it doesn't make sense for them to all get them from the same place in this universe or whatever. And I like the idea, you know, Madam Web is clairvoyant, clairvoyant. She does sit in the chair and like astral project herself all over the place, and that's her thing. But I don't think we'll ever see these 4 girls again.
I can name the time when they lost me.
Was it the opening?
The exact moment in time when they lost me was when they parked the taxi in the woods and just all stood around talking about with the taxi with the lights still on and the doors still open.
Yeah.
You know, and then
they've already got a fire going.
They've already got a fire. There's all kinds of problems with that scene, right? There's a million problems with that scene. And then where they officially lost me, like beyond redemption, was I don't think in today's day and age, anybody like it was something out of an 80s movie that would have been okay in 1986 or 1983, but it's not okay in 2024. And that is why the 3 girls had to get up on a diner table and dance like
Who would allow
seductively.
that?
No diner in the world would allow that. And
Especially
women,
such a tiny diner.
women are so much stronger now. There's, you know, they're like, not that women can't dance on tables.
Even though this is supposed to takes place in 2002 or something. 3.
But, and I'm not saying that women can't dance on tables, because certainly there's a place for that. You know what I mean?
But
But you know what I mean? Like you're out at a club and there's, you know, everyone's getting their groove on and it's cool. And that's a different thing than 3 girls who are supposed to be stranded and scared for their lives at a diner in the woods. Nobody's drinking alcohol.
Teenagers.
You know, nobody's, you know, it's not a nightclub situation.
Yeah.
You know, and so there's these soccer guys or football guys or some kind of jock guy sitting in a corner booth.
Yeah.
And what, we have to go dance on the table now?
The other people at the diner are just going to put up with that?
Right. And what music are they dancing to?
Britney Spears.
No, but I'm saying, where'd the music come from?
Right? It's just on.
It's stupid. It was a horrible scene that would have fit perfectly in 1983. I don't mean the era 1983. I mean a movie that was made in 1983. And it didn't fit in this movie because the women who I know who are that age would not take shit from the guys in the corner booth like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God, this is ridiculous.
So riddle me this. Because you're from New York.
I am.
Right. Where is a forest deep enough to drive your car into and hide in that is close enough
Right.
that someone can say, I'll be back in 3 hours and go back in the city,
Right.
spend a decent amount of time in their apartment, and then come back within 3 hours.
Right.
Where is that?
It's not in New York.
Right? And the other thing that cracked me up was she follows them through the woods to the diner
Right.
somehow. Who knows how she can track them in the dark.
Right.
Follows them through the woods to the diner, goes in the diner, has like 10 seconds, the bad guy shows up.
Right.
Right? Next time she does it, she drives the car there, and somehow it takes her longer to get there than it did for her to walk there?
I got nothing, David.
This movie, How about the big fight at the Pepsi Cola fireworks factory?
Yeah. The Pepsi Cola fireworks factory. Yes.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
What is the movie it's not good. Worst movie I've ever seen.
Worst movie I've ever seen.
However, Morbius I feel is worse. And there's all this question about why did they make this movie?
I will say this, since you're comparing it to Morbius. I enjoyed watching this movie more than I enjoyed watching Morbius.
Yes.
I didn't respect the movie. I didn't appreciate the movie.
Right there.
But I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
It was pleasant.
Yeah.
And that speaks to Dakota Johnson.
There were two girls next to me that thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
Okay.
And
And
I
they
was-
were what, teenagers or?
I would say one was like 20s and one was a teenager.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my guess.
All right. Well, I guess we're not the audience.
No. Apparently not many people are.
And
but
this is the lowest grossing Spider-Man universe movie of all time.
you might be asking yourself why.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd they make this movie? It's so
Yeah.
low effort. Well, Sony needs to make a Spider-Man movie every 5 years and 9 months in order to keep the license to Spider-Man. That is why we have Venom, we have Morbius. we
But
have
I don't get
this
that because we've
Craven.
had across the across the Spideyverse,
Right.
into the Spideyverse.
But in order
No
to
Way
keep
Home.
making, according to me, keep making the good. No Way Home's in Marvel.
Oh,
Those are Marvel movies.
okay.
That's a distinct thing that people don't get.
Yeah,
The common person does not get. These movies, they say, in association with Marvel at
Yeah.
the beginning, but they are not Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So they make these crap movies purely to keep their license. Anyway, next week we're going to be watching. What was it called?
Drive Away
Dolls.
Drive Away Dolls. Next week we're opening 3 titles. Drive Away Dolls, which I'm really excited to see. Ordinary Angels, which looks like a touchy-feely, feel-good movie from Lionsgate, which is going to do a lot of business. And also Demon Slayer.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So David will be watching Demon Slayer.
Another Demon Slayer movie.
Indeed.
I mean, I didn't know anything about the other one we watched. So
Yeah.
anyway, so Runaway Dolls, which I'm super pumped for.
Oh, and great news. Next week, we will also have second week of Madam Web in IMAX. So there's something to look forward to.
Is Dune knocks it out?
Yeah. But I mean, that's the way it was always planned.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
All right.
All right.
Time for listeners, news, notes, questions, and answers. And we'll start with Trailer Master Jason. He wrote in ahead of the big Sports Bowl contest. He wrote in about the trailers. Last week, he started a betting pool. A lot of people lost a lot of money. A lot of people won a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, but he got it started with the betting pool. And his question was, how many movie trailers will there be? How many movie trailer ads will there be at the Super Bowl? David guessed 8. Is that correct? Do you stand by that?
Yeah.
And Penn,
Is it 11?
was it 11?
Might have been 13.
Let me check my. Oh, Penn guessed 12
What?
based on my thorough knowledge and my superior sports track record. Jason writes in and says, that's great. Penn guesses it right on the nose. There were 12 trailers during the Super Bowl. It was amazing. And Jason goes on, I will read the list in a moment, but he goes on in his email to say, also regarding the Wicked trailer, do you think they will ever put part 1 on the title? To your point earlier about it being a 2-parter. The trailer title logo doesn't make any reference to it being a part 1. In the description it does, but it's hidden in the 6th paragraph. If they don't add a tagline about part 1 in the main marketing, what percentage of people do you think are going to show up and not know it's a 2-part event?
A decent amount.
Yeah, I want to know from Jason what he's reading that has 6 paragraphs.
Too long for
What?
Penn.
Come on.
Yes. They did the same thing with Dune. Remember?
Yeah, I do.
They didn't put the part 1 until like one of the later trailers.
Right.
And most people didn't know.
Right. But I felt like Dune Part 1 and hopefully Wicked Part 1, like the end was very satisfying in and of its own movie.
Right.
If there was never a Part 2, God forbid, then the end would have been fine. The hero rides off in the sunset with his dream girl. And
Doesn't really work for Dune, but yeah.
Isn't that how Part 1 ended of Dune?
Well, like it's very much the game is on. Like,
Well, they ride off into the desert, right? He beats the guy in the fight to the death,
right?
and then they hop on their horses and gallop off into the sand, like Clint Eastwood in
They definitely
Good,
jump
Bad,
on their
Nail Goes.
horses.
Yeah.
And they ride off into the desert.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That's
right.
They get their 6-shooters.
Right.
And their cowboy hats. Yeah. No, you're spot on. That's.
Thank you, David.
Yeah,
For respecting that.
Yeah. The next email comes from.
It's the final countdown. The final countdown.
Wait, David, before we get to top 10 Sarah's note, can I quickly review what trailers played?
yeah. I'm
Because I
sorry.
think it's interesting.
Yeah.
Quiet Place Part 1, that's getting a lot of press. Bob Marley, One Love, I thought was interesting. That's playing right now. Is currently the #1 movie in the country. We already discussed Deadpool and Wolverine, which, if I'm correct, the trailer didn't play. There was an ad for it that said trailer now online or something.
Just smart because they knew everyone was just going to go watch it anyway.
Right. Despicable Me 4, that trailer was great. That was super fun.
Yeah, I think we reviewed that one before.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
The Fall Guy, If, Kung Fu Panda 4, Inside Out 2, which actually I missed. I must have stepped out of the room for a second. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. A lot of people, I was at a Super Bowl party and a lot of people asked me, they're making another Planet of the Apes movie? Actually, people ask me that question on a lot of these. They're making another Despicable Me.
How many times have you listened to the podcast?
Making another Kung Fu Panda. Monkey Man played. I was impressed that got a Super Bowl ad. Twisters played and Wicked played for 12 total trailers. But anyway, on to top 10, Sarah. And thank you to Trailer Master Jason. As always, we appreciate it.
So we put out a question along with, I should say, I'm sorry, my sinuses are making me yawny, but I'm not actually tired for everyone listening. We put out, we're doing a Dune show.
Yeah, so if you're a faithful listener and you want to write in, podcast@penncinema.com. We're starting to run out of seats, but I think we can still take a few more names. So if you haven't written in yet and you want to come to Lititz, Pennsylvania and see Dune on opening night, we're giving away tickets. We're going to have a private show. All you have to do to qualify is send us an email saying you want to come.
Yeah, and you can bring one guest.
You can bring one guest.
So just let us know if there's one or two of you.
Yep.
But during that, I said, "Tell us who your favorite character is."
Right. You were like making the joke, like if you could tell us your favorite character.
Well, just to make sure they were listening.
Oh yeah,
kind of
yeah.
And we did get a couple.
Right,
people
and
writing.
we also made another joke about say who your favorite co-host was.
Oh right. Yeah. And we got one that said insert best appropriate co-host
Right,
here.
right.
Yeah. But I think like we heard Lady Jessica from Sarah.
Yep.
We heard Shadow said Janice because he said I am a friend of Janice. Which
I
is
wrote
great.
in and said Austin Atreides is mine.
Yeah. Right. He's your
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love Austin Atreides?
Everybody.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I haven't heard from him yet.
Yeah.
By the way, but we heard from a lot of great people, including Hazmat Jason. I think it was.
Yeah.
Some people we haven't heard from in a while. Anyway, Sarah wrote in, and part of her confirmation of coming, and she says, "David, who's your favorite Dune character?"
That is I know your favorite character.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. She says, "No need to ask Penn. I'm sure it's the character that goes pew pew
Pew pew.
So,
You're right. She's right.
She's right.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So who's my favorite character?
Paul Atreides. Obviously. No, just kidding. Cheney. Cheney's your favorite character.
So it.
Just kidding. The Gobstopper lady.
The Jam Gabar.
Yeah.
Lady with the Jam Gabar. It's the Reverend Mother Mohayan.
Yeah.
My favorite character. So this is a dual-edged question.
Okay.
Who's my overall favorite Dune character?
Right. Paul.
Leto the Second.
Oh, have we met him yet?
Paul's son. No.
Okay.
He won't be in this movie.
Okay.
He's my all-time favorite. He's
the best.
Well, no, he's a controversial favorite, but it's one of my tattoos is based off of something that he does. But my favorite character within the Dune first book,
right?
Gurney Halleck.
Who?
Gurney Halleck,
Gurney.
Josh Brolin's character.
Yeah. He's tough.
Yeah, and in the book he's even more tough, but he's also he has like a made-up instrument that he's always playing. So he's kind of like the bard that's in the background. That,
Kind of like Han Solo.
I would say like Han Solo, or if like he reminds me of like a drunken master. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like cool and relaxed, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden like super fierce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't he lay down his life for Paul at the end of the Dune 1 movie?
No. That's Duncan, Idaho.
Oh, yeah.
Who?
We're done with now. No, we're not. He comes back.
Is actually the main character of the Dune novels.
Awesome.
I'm not joking.
Okay. All right. Well, we're super excited for Dune 2. David, what's with you?
Oh wait, Sarah had a little bit more.
Oh, shit. That's right. I'm
She said,
sorry.
I've been meaning to tell you guys about another podcast.
Legas.
She said I've been show cheating on you.
Wait. That's not exactly what she said. Why don't you read her email verbatim in the parentheticals?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get her vocals right.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to tell you guys about another podcast. The Gasp. I've been cheating on you. I think Pan might have interest in a podcast called What's Your Problem with Jason Goldstein.
That's so hard to listen to.
Sorry.
I just wanted to call attention to the fact that she said Legasp,
Yeah,
which is one of your catchphrases.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
I love
But
it.
Would you say that's accurate?
Her voice?
Yeah. You thought she was here.
Right. It's like you're in the room with her.
You playing a voice memo?
Right. Right. I also had no idea she was so Southern.
It sneaks up on you.
Yeah, it sneaks up on you. All right, so she has been cheating on us listening to another podcast, which is okay. And the podcast that she thinks, Penn, that I might legitimately be interested in is What's Your Problem
Jason
with Jacob Goldstein?
Jacob Goldstein.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like the guy probably got the idea for the podcast from us.
From us.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, well, he's gonna
Yeah.
copy. They'll never listen to my show.
Nobody's gonna
Of
ever
all
listen
the
to this.
podcasts out there,
Right.
I'm just another one.
Right.
He said.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to what are you doing with Penn?
David, what's
What is with you?
what's with you?
Yeah.
We need a better introduction.
Yeah, we
that was
do.
funny the one time, but it wasn't fun.
We gotta figure it out.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
get there. I am on to Godfather Part 2, and I'm also deep into Obama's book, which I'm listening to on audio.
Whoa. Did you steal it from him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got plenty. He'll never notice
Never
it.
notice.
Yeah. He's rich as hell now.
So here, the big things I've been doing. I don't. This might surprise you.
David, I just want to say, there's literally that could come out of your mouth that would surprise me.
I do nothing.
Nothing. Zero.
I didn't play with He-Man as a kid.
Okay. That does not surprise me.
I didn't have I had the only He-Man toys I had were like passed down.
Yeah.
I mean, it was popular when I was.
Sure. Yeah.
But for whatever reason, He-Man and me.
Yeah.
No
It was probably a little too real for you because you're so much like He-Man.
Yeah, that was the real problem.
Right, that's
I
the
was
issue.
like these muscles.
Right.
And those muscles
Right.
too similar. I could
A little too real.
I can take my own pictures.
Right.
You know. But this week I was like, I'm curious about this Kevin Smith headed revival of Masters of the Universe,
Oh, that's the first I've ever heard of this.
and I got sucked in.
What is it?
It's two short Netflix series.
Okay.
I mean, they're cartoons, but it's Masters in the Universe Revolutions and Revelation. Yeah, I think that's the two series. And like, first off, I don't know a whole ton about. I didn't know the stream basics.
Okay.
But Revolutions, like He-Man's dead for almost all of it, which I just thought was interesting. I did love how like they didn't shy away from like introducing characters to sell toys. So it was like kind of a homage to the old show. Literally, like people like stuff will happen and two characters you've never seen before that look absolutely like toys will walk on the screen, and other characters will be like, "Oh my God, it's Pigface and Ram Man," and the guys would be like, "Yeah," and then you never see them again. Like it's just clearly
That's great.
I don't know, but the story was actually quite good. The animation's really good. I got sucked in. I'm almost done. I've also been reading Past Tense by Lee Child. It's a Jack Reacher book, and I will say it is the worst Jack Reacher book I've ever read.
Wow.
All of them I've been like, I kind of like that. I've never thought any of them were bad. This one I think is horrible.
Wow.
So I'm really surprised. But
Maybe it was written by the same people who wrote Madam Web.
there you go. Here's the biggest surprise of the week. While you were watching the Super Bowl, hoping to catch a glimpse of Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
you were like, when can I see? Is she there? I don't know. I said, let's cut the middleman out. And let's just watch the Eras Tour.
Oh, nice.
So I rewatched the Eras Tour with my mom's,
Oh, love it.
who survived.
She loved it.
She did not.
She loved it so bad she didn't even know it.
The comments,
Oh, God.
45 minutes in, she goes, well, let me know when. And she's like, go ahead and pause it when we're halfway. I'll make dessert because we had gone over for dinner.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, that's still another hour away. I don't know how long. Apparently you're not. And then about halfway through, I've never heard any of these songs before. I don't know who this. She's like, I can't believe I've never heard any of these songs. I'm like, well, that seems crazy, but okay. And then it was over. She's like, well, it was an experience I had with my son.
Come on, moms.
She said, but I'll say this. As much as I enjoyed watching it again, at home with bare minimum speakers and stuff,
Yeah.
it did not have the same impression that like blew me away that the theater
In the theater.
did.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The theatrical experience is a whole nother level.
It legitimately was a total different experience.
Yeah.
And so I get why she was less enthused than I thought she would be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's fair enough.
that's it. All right, well, that's all we have for this week, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so next week we're going to be watching Drive Away Dolls. Remember, if you want to be a part of our private screening of Dune 2, email us podcast@pencinema.com with if it's you or you want a guest. But if you want to just talk to us, chit-chat with us, that's also the best way to get in touch with us, podcast@pencinema.com. Now, if you want to support the show, Penn, what is the number one way to do that?
Well, David, this weekend I saw something that was a little disturbing.
This weekend or last weekend?
It was a little embarrassing for everybody involved.
Was it?
Yeah.
Did you split your pants?
And I hate to call attention to it, but I feel like it's enough of an issue. You know, we're all good friends here. We can talk real talk.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you're lucky enough. Your mom's, she listens to the show. She watches the Eras Tour.
She watched it, yeah.
Sometimes she watched it. I have my mother, my parents, my in-laws. Everybody's watching it.
Yeah.
Everybody's up to speed on the show. But not everybody, David, as I was reminded this weekend, is lucky enough, like us, to have parents who are hip to the show.
That's true.
I was at a function. And one of our listeners was there. And it was super awkward because she was going on about how much she loves the show. And her parents were also there.
Yeah.
And one of them blurted out, What show?
Show.
What podcast?
And when she was embarrassed?
Well, we were all embarrassed because everybody in the room was a big fan of podcasts except for her mom and dad, who are dear friends of mine for 100 years.
100 years?
Yeah. And so it suddenly dawned on me, what we need to remind our listeners is don't go down this road alone. You got to make sure that your parents, if they're still with us, are listening to the Penn Cinema podcast. So, I mean, that's what you can do to help the show, to avoid a situation like what we suffered through Saturday night.
And I always say, when your Uncle Joe starts to bring up politics, the best way to diffuse it is to bring out the Penn Cinema podcast.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's a good point. But did you hear on the Penn Cinema podcast they talk about Spider-Man?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you don't bring your parents in the loop, then what's going to happen is someday I could be in your kitchen.
Is that a threat?
Let's all just pause and imagine me in your kitchen.
Yeah,
right? I could be in there. Now take it to the next level. Imagine me in your kitchen with your parents.
You've not lived with.
Right.
He's never met.
Right. But now, through a fortunate confluence of events, we are all standing together around the island in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Having snacks, and somebody blurts out, what show?
Yeah.
What podcast? You don't want that. Your poor parents, they deserve better.
Yeah.
So if your parents are not up to speed, take a moment this weekend or this week and
call them.
Bring them up to speed.
Yeah.
Call them, text them, write them a letter, whatever you need to do to avoid, don't let this happen to you.
Bravo.
And if your parents, if you're not inclined,
Yeah.
if you don't get along with them or there's some pressure, some tension, or if, God forbid they've already passed, then just tell a friend about the show.
Yeah.
That's a different way you can help.
You don't have a friend, just tell us.
Yeah, just tell us we're your friend.
Yeah. So once again for the Penn Cinema Podcast, I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum. Take care and party on.
Thanks for joining us this episode. Our hosts would love to hear from you. To contact the show with your thoughts and reviews, email podcast@penncinema.com. This podcast is a production of Penn Cinema. Escape to the movies at Penn Cinema, featuring crisp digital projection, killer sound, reserved seating, and premium power recliners. With locations in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, Delaware, and Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. Showtimes and tickets available at www.penncinema.com.
Nice. That was awesome.
Good.
Yeah.